Rise!
I was actually struck by lightning back in 1989 when I was on duty in the Army Reserves. By the time I woke up, I knew what had happened. And I went to PVA, a Paralyzed Veterans of America tournament, and I ended up winning that tournament. There was a few guys there that are like, who's this? Where'd you come from? Where have you been? I can't shoot a basketball, and I'd rather play rugby. So, yeah, you'll find some people that this is their first time seeing it that think, "Oh my God!" It's basically for fun, but some of us do take it seriously and don't like to lose. We're getting old. I need somebody to come replace me.
Hello, I'm Michael Fisher. I bring you greetings from the VA Desert Pacific Healthcare Network. As we close the 2022 Wheelchair Games here in Phoenix, there are many things I'd like to say, but mostly I want to thank the veteran athletes who participated. You're why we do this, and I think it's been a very successful event. I hope you think so too. I hope that you have made experiences that will last a lifetime. You know, from early on, the VA knew the healing properties of sports, and it's here in the Wheelchair Games every year we carry on that tradition. The words of New York Times bestseller Samantha Shannon, "You have risen from the ashes before. The only way to survive is to believe you always will." And I think that here in your participation, you have shown that. There are many other folks to thank. I'll probably forget a few, but I want to highlight really all the employees of the VA Phoenix healthcare team. They have, not only this past week, but for months prior to this, they have worked diligently to make sure that these games are a success. Thank you to our volunteers who've come here in the past week to help out. Thanks to all the athletes, caregivers, and their families who are essential to making this a successful event. And to our partners at Paralyzed Veterans of America, thank you so much for working with us to really provide this service to our veterans. Our veteran athletes who I want to thank the most. I'm proud of you and wish you the best. Thank you.
I'm not just somebody who got paralyzed. This has to be where I begin something new. I wasn't going to be who I was. First games I came to were in 1995. It took PVA to over 2 years working on me to get me to come to the wheelchair games. But I just thought, what were we going to do? We're wheelchairs. I went to Atlanta, Georgia. Went to my first wheelchair games. Competed. Was hooked like a fish. I got very passionate. All of a sudden, my kids even saw a change in me. And I came back and my life really changed. It's not just about the games. And that's what always gets me is people say, well, you're just going to play basketball. You're just going to play softball. And that's not true. It's not just sports. They need to see that you're taking this stuff high. I learned how to jump off a curb in Atlanta. Been in a wheelchair 3 years, right? I learned all this stuff and I was like, and then my kids I got a basketball chair. My kids wanted to get my basketball chair. They wanted to play games. And suddenly it just wasn't this weird thing. It was just what it was. So when I came back from the games in 95, I thought I was ready to take on the world. I went to the Winter Sports Clinic after this. I went to Creative Arts after this. I volunteered at the Golden Age Games. This was a platform of rediscovery for me. So if this hadn't been here, I have sat and wondered, where would I be? I discovered a strength. I don't know if it's strength in numbers, strength in my brothers and sisters or what, but there's such a strength here, and there's such a vast amount of resources. This isn't about one week. It's about all week. So you're like, okay, so you've been coming. Why do you come back? Because this is my family.
Hi, my name is Carl Blake. I'm the Executive Director of Paralyzed Veterans of America, and I'm a U.S. Army veteran. More than 20 years ago, I sustained a spinal cord injury during a parachute training exercise at the 82nd Airborne Division in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I have experienced many of the same challenges that you have faced on a daily basis, and I also understand the importance and appreciation for the National Veterans Wheelchair Games. For more than 40 years, we've been fortunate to have the partnership between VA and PVA to make this event happen. It is an important turning point for many veterans in their lives. After experiencing catastrophic injuries and illnesses, the wheelchair games is often the first thing that they get to experience to bring them back to life, to experience life and joy once again. The power of the games cannot be overstated. We hope that each veteran returns home stronger, more confident, and maybe has found a few new friends along the way this week. We hope that you will keep coming back to this event, as it will keep providing you motivation and purpose in your life and give you an opportunity to grow, become better men and women as you come out of the challenges that you face or deal with the challenges you face on a daily basis. We're going to keep doing this event because it's important to you, it's important to us. It's important to so many veterans and their families to give them purpose in their life. I have to say a special thank you to a number of different people. First and foremost, I want to thank the VA and their leadership team for making this event happen this week. Without your support, obviously this wouldn't happen. I want to thank our staff, volunteers, coaches, and therapists who have supported the athletes throughout the week. I want to thank my PVA staff and leadership. You guys put in an immense amount of work every year, and it shows, and I appreciate it. So I want to thank you particularly. I thank our corporate sponsors and supporters. You are the lifeblood of this event. Without your support, this event wouldn't happen. To the caregivers and families, you are the backbone for our veteran athletes. You show them the love and support that they need and give them the motivation and drive to get up every day and do this. And last and certainly not least, I want to thank you, the veteran athletes. You are the reason why we do what we do. You give me inspiration. You make me proud to be a part of our community. And I cannot thank you enough for everything you do for me, for my family, and for all of our veterans. You show us how it's done. You show us how to live life the way it should be lived, and you should be proud of everything you do. So I thank you in particular. As you travel home this week, I hope you remain safe, and we look forward to seeing you next year in Portland, Oregon for the 42nd National Veterans Wheelchair Games. Thank you.
All right, next up we have Davis Celestine from Tampa, Florida.
Name's Davis Celestine, U.S. Navy. When I first got injured, you get to understand the dynamics of your injury, and then you get to move forward in a manner whether you're gonna be dormant or you're gonna be very active. A lot of people, like myself, I waited like 4 years before I actually got active because I was trying to figure out my life. And then once I started seeing other individuals coming back to the VA and seeing what they were doing and listening to their life story, it kind of sparked something in me. And I started to do different sports, you know, and it just grew from there. Working with both the PVA and the VA, they give you a platform to work on. So it's almost like you're getting educated and you initiate what you have learned with that education. Give it a try and don't ever sell yourself short, because until you try it, you don't know what your accomplishments would be. Get off the couch, you know, stop feeling sorry for yourself. I know everyone goes through a stage of depression, but the games would uplift you and that depression now goes away because you have your other peers and mentors who would actually give you that nudge and push that you need so you can succeed. Because everyone here wants to see you succeed. No one wants to see you fail. It's kind of weird because someone would roll by you and say, hey, you actually, you know, inspired me at one point in time when I was feeling down, and you kind of gave me that nudge that I needed to actually get over the hump and start doing stuff. So it's almost like you're jump-starting that person's career, because a lot of them think that life is over once they're paralyzed, and it's just the beginning, you know?
Hi, I'm Michael Welsh, Interim Medical Center Director for the Phoenix VA Healthcare System. We were the proud hosts for the 2022 41st Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games. I'm sure it was a memorable week for our veterans, families, athletes, volunteers, supporters during the course of the competition. but it is now my honor to pass off this torch to Carla Asqui from the Portland VA Healthcare System as the Interim Medical Center Director for the 42nd Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games. Carla?
Thank you, Michael. Hello, I'm Carla Asqui, Interim Director of the VA Portland Healthcare System and the host VA facility for the 2023 National Veterans Wheelchair Games. Congratulations to the hundreds of veterans who competed and the army of volunteers who supported the very successful 2022 Games in Tempe, Arizona. Situated in the heart of the Pacific Northwest, Portland is known for its beauty, great summer weather, world-renowned chefs, hundreds of food carts, and its many outdoor activities. On behalf of the City of Roses and the 4,000 plus employees of VA Portland Healthcare System, we are honored to host the 2023 National Veterans Wheelchair Games. We look forward to seeing you next summer.
This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. I've got the lightning inside me. Oh, just you watch. This is how legends are made. I'm like a titan that's rising. Oh, just you watch. This is how legends are made.